I've been releasing an episode of the Thriving in Motherhood podcast for almost 7 years. Every single week, no re-airs, no repeats, just brand new content to you. And I love it. But I'm here today to tell you that we are going to be taking a pause. In this week's episode, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what's happening with Thriving in Motherhood and what you can expect moving forward.
Hi, I'm Jessica Jackson, and this is the new way to thrive in motherhood by leaning into who you are, what you love, your unique family situation and personal mission to create a life that you actually want to live. I want to invite you to join me in saying no to the life of the exhausted supermom, burnout, victim thinking, being pulled in so many directions, suffering through survival mode, or being lost in motherhood, and say yes to building strong families and moving forward on our greatest goals in order to create a fulfilling life that we are excited to wake up to each day and become a soaring mother. This is the Thriving in Motherhood podcast.
I hope that you had a absolutely wonderful summer. We did. We had so much fun. We drove out to Utah. It was a 30-hour drive. We did it in 3 days, so 10-hour days, plus all of the bathroom breaks and the stops and really long days. But it was fun. The kids did great. We listened to the Mysterious Benedict Society on the way out, which was a wonderful listen to, and a myriad of different things on our way back. And we went through a couple days of really intense re-entry, but then we hit normalizing, and the systems that we had in place just pick themselves right back up. And it's been like magical at how well things have gone. The kids just started doing things on their own without even being asked. And we're doing great. We're doing really, really well. So I've weeded out a lot of the dead stuff from the garden, and we've still got a few tomatoes and cucumbers chugging along and some peppers, a few green beans, but I've started planting out our winter garden and even a second summer garden because we've got 90 days till frost. So it's kind of a little bit of a Hail Mary. Some things work, some things don't, but it's worth trying. So we've been working on that, and then we've been getting everything set up for the alveary, which is what we're using for homeschool, and we start on Monday, and it's been really fun. I upgraded to Alveary Plus that uses Syllabird, which is like an online homeschooling management syllabus. It's a calendaring system. And so it's been so easy since I did that, and just really smooth. And we've already started dabbling in some of the lesson plans and are over the moon excited about how great it's going to be for our family. So I do have a code if you want to check it out at a discount if you're still looking at school options. I am so excited about this one. Now, as for podcasting things, I want to give you all updates Thriving in Motherhood. So normally by this point in the year, I already have a planner designed, printed at my door. I'm taking pictures of it. I'm uploading them, getting ready for you to see them. And it's really great. And this year I haven't even touched the InDesign file yet. But what I have been doing is I often say in a lot of the sales pages, promo materials, emails, this is the latest productivity research. And it really is. So I have spent the last 2 months or so taking courses and working through programs, reading a lot of the books that have just been published to catch any gems or little hidden things and new ideas and that would really benefit us as moms. So most of the books are written for people working in the office or CEOs or executives. But there's a lot of principles that we can pull out and use different examples that apply to motherhood. And so what part of that is I'm trying to include the new things, the helpful things, the better things into the 2025 Thriving in Motherhood Planner. The other thing I'm working on, and I've already started, and I've written this up actually, I've written the rough draft of the new planner, is make it easier to use, both with writing an onboarding guide right in the planner to just help you know what to do, step 1, step 2, step 3. And just make it more practical, especially if it's your first time or even if it's your 5th time using, how do you get started with this thing and use it well? And then a lot of the principles that I teach in the Made to Soar Next 90 Days program, I want them to be incorporated seamlessly into the planner. So there's a lot of thinking, figuring, testing. I'm sketching things out in my current 2024 planner and trying things out to see what will work best for this next year. So I am working on that. Then in June, I emailed to May or June, emailed out to everyone that has ever purchased the Made to Soar Next 90 Days program and asked them a whole bunch of questions about it. And what came out of that survey was me identifying that there were some problems. So first of all, lots of people were getting stuck because they were in survival mode, or they were in reentry, or they were in normalizing, and just they were not in the right season to be working on a lot of these skills that you start picking up in the later parts of normalizing, exploring, and thriving. And that's really where the idea for the Surviving to Thriving toolkit came out, because I needed to teach things that I've never taught before. A lot of strategies and ideas that I do in my own life, that my husband and I have developed, that I do with the kids, that have really smoothed out our days, that have really empowered me in all these different seasons, I've never shared on the podcast, more than maybe a glimpse here to there, definitely not in entirety, and definitely not in a way that it's easy to reference if you're in survival mode, or if you're in reentry, or if you're normalizing, trying to figure things out. And I haven't done a lot of just like direct how-to teaching on a lot of these things either. So that is what the toolkit's for, because I realized that there was a hole. So one of the things I discovered in talking with the women that have taken the program was that the 90-day window is too big when we're talking about motherhood. Now, we do plan in 90-day chunks, like in quarters. That's the idea. That's the idea behind the 90 days, that it's a really effective way of looking at a year. However, what really creates change and momentum in people's lives is looking at weeks. And I've worked with women for almost 4 years now, it's the things that we do week to week to week that add up over time that make the biggest difference. So I am going to be updating the next 90 days program to Win Your Week Academy. And we're going to focus on creating winning weeks that then add up to winning months and winning quarters and winning years, no matter what your circumstances are. Really want to empower you and help you. So while a lot of those principles are still going to be in the next 90 days program, I'm reframing them and orienting them and creating different structures and modules to really help support you in having that winning week. Because I know that if you have a winning week, like I said, it's going to be a winning 90 days too. And it changes the frame that we're focusing on. It's much more doable as moms to be able to focus on that. If you have already purchased the next 90 days program, you will have access to the Win Your Week Academy course content for sure, no questions asked. The other thing that's been going on is Mom Matters 2 membership. And you guys in Mom Matters 2 are wonderful and so supportive. We've been on 3 different tech platforms. It's gotten really messy. And I just finally was able to slow down enough to spend a good chunk of time this week, many hours, figuring out how to get us all into one platform for the community, for the courses, and figure out how to make it seamless. And now that it's working, it's actually really exciting. And I'm ready to go all in with all of the other content, all the other courses, and put us all into this new platform. So it's all in one place. And it's going to be awesome. But it's also a big project. And so with that big project on the horizon, and also needing to finish the planner, get it ready, all the logistics for launching that planner, all of the logistics for updating, doing a beta course with you all soon. Whoever wants to be a part of that, of the Surviving to Thriving toolkit, updating Win Your Week Academy, and continuing to create courses for Mom Matters 2. I need to slow down and on the podcast so I can speed up on some of these other programs and switches, because these are foundational. They will last for a while, and they will just be able to help you more effectively than I can spreading myself thin. And then once those are done, instead of spending all this time, doing this behind the scenes work and still trying to release an episode for you, I will be ready to just go all in on the behind the scenes, and then all in on these weekly episodes again, and find really great people to interview and wonderful conversations and all of those good things that I have done for 7 years and look forward to keep doing for probably many more. So that is kind of pulling back the curtains here. Life is really good. We've got a lot of great things going in our home and our family with our homeschooling. This is really fun for me. So fun for me. And I already have episodes I actually want to share with you. So we've got a list. I already have a list. And then the part of me that's been working for 7 years and never missed a week thinks I can do it. But I think it'd be really prudent for me to do some of these urgent and important tasks as we teach in the next 90 days, soon to be Win Your Week Academy. And instead of doing both. So I'm hoping I will still keep sending weekly Thriving Thursday emails, even if it's just updating you on what's happening behind the scenes so you can stay in the loop, keep you posted when new episodes are coming out. But it will be really nice. Really, really nice to be able to go all in on this. And the exciting thing too is while you might not be publicly getting this content, if I'll be working with some of you in the beta group, which is going to be so fun. That's my favorite thing ever, is when I get to do our Soaring Mothers calls or just connect with you. That's what really gets exciting for me. So look for that information coming up soon, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And for the first time ever, I will not talk to you next week, but I will hopefully be talking to you soon.
Where you are planted, watch the blossoms grow.